Hello and welcome into another weekly Spirit Boost. I'm Tammy Mastroberti, best-selling author of the books The Universe is Talking to You and the Higher Help Method. And I teach people how to tap into what I refer to as the higher help line of the universe for guidance, for answers, for reassurance, and to create a life you love waking up to every day. So welcome in. Today, I am here to talk about, I think, a universal topic. I think everybody who is listening to me right now deals with this. I mean, God bless you if you don't, but I think everybody does. And that is the topic of worry. I grew up in a household where worry was in the forefront. My mother was a very nervous Italian woman. Okay. She was very nervous. She worried about everything. If something good happened, she was still worried about what was coming, or she was worried about the other side of it. She immediately went into what are all the negatives. And unfortunately, I took that on. I took that pattern on, right? Sometimes our parents are amazing and they give us great stuff, and sometimes they give us stuff that we really don't want. And that pattern was something that I'm just moving. Instagram looks a little weird. That pattern was something that, I could have lived without, right? She was just always nervous. Years ago when we went on a vacation, when I was young, like grammar school, we went on a vacation and we decided to drive to Florida because, hey, my mother was too nervous to fly. So everybody drove, and it was like a big group family thing. There was like 3 cars of us, okay, going to Florida. And so because we were all going to Florida, this was sans cell phone, right? There was no cell phones. I don't even think car phones, had been introduced yet, because there used to be. Does anybody remember the car phone when there was actually a phone that you like plugged into your car somehow? My uncle used to have one. I thought it was the coolest thing. But this was before all of that, right? So we wanted to be able to talk to one another in the cars that we were in driving to Florida. So we used CB radios, which I think truck drivers still use today. Even with the cell phones, I think. But anyway, there were these little radios, and if you all tuned to the same channel, you could talk to one another. And so we thought it would be cool to give each other nicknames on these CB radios. And so my mother's nickname was Nervous Nellie. Now, her name was Marianne, not Nellie. We did have a Nellie. I did have an Aunt Nellie, though, because it is an Italian family. Nervous Nellie was her name on the CB radio, because everybody knew the woman was nervous. The woman worried. That was her thing, right? Her father was like that. It's a pattern that gets passed down. So I'm sure those of you out there may have gotten that pattern of worry from one of your parents. And so there it is. So I still have to rewire myself. Sometimes will go to the worst case scenario as a habit, and I have to stop myself. I have to say, no, what if the best case scenario works out instead of worrying about the worst case scenario, right? And so how can we do that, right? Because worry will take us down a path that we don't want to go every time. It will take us into negativity. It'll take us into stress. It'll take us into anxiety, possibly a full-blown panic attack, if we allow ourselves to get sucked in to the worry. And it's so easy to do, and it is such a pattern and a habit that your brain, for many people, the brain automatically goes to it. But we can stop it once we recognize it's happening, right? So that's what I want to talk about, because worry is going to lower your vibration. It is going to put you into your own head. So now you're not noticing the signs and synchronicities around you. You're not noticing the guidance that the universe is bringing to you because you're stuck in that worry. You're stuck in that pattern of what if, oh my gosh, this could happen, that could happen. What if this doesn't happen? What if I want this and it doesn't work out? What if you worry, worry, worry. And I'm guilty of it too. I think we're all guilty of it to some extent, like I said. So we don't want to go down that pattern. We want to feel good. We want to stay in the vibration of happy, joy, gratitude, love. We want to stay in that vibration so that not only are we aligned with the things that we desire or something better flowing in, but so that we are aligned with the signs, the synchronicities, the guidance that the universe is dropping in our minds, in our faces, into our conscious mind, right? But if you're in worry and da 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 da, you're in your head. You're not paying attention to any of that, right? And you're sucking your vibration down. So how do we change it? What do we do? I've talked about this before, but there is a difference between good worry and bad worry, right? Believe it or not, there is some benefit to worry, but most of the time not. Like 99% of the time not. Okay? But there is productive worry and destructive worry. The destructive worry is what I'm talking about, shifting. The productive worry is if something pops in your head and you go, "Oh, I have to do this," or "I need to check this," or "there's an immediate action that I can take on it." That's productive, right? If you're worried about taking a test and you don't want to fail the test, right? And you're like, "Oh my gosh, what if I fail the test?" Well, you know what? I can study for the test. Then I don't have to worry about it, right? So that type of worry, when there's something you can do to alleviate the worry, you do it, and that worry is not a problem, right? That thought, that worry that popped into your head when you say to yourself, "Gosh, can I do something about this? Yes, I can study for this test, or I can make this phone call, or I can research X, Y, and Z." When there's something you can do about it, it's productive for you, okay? But if you are worried about something, about your health, and you already have the doctor's appointment, or you're already following doctor's orders, if you're worried about money and you've already put plans into place to save, and you've asked the universe for assistance in bringing you more money, and there's nothing more you can do. If you're in a state of worry about something and there's nothing you can actually do around it, but you're still worried about it, that's what you have to shift. That's what I want you to shift, because when you're worried about something over and over again and there's not a damn thing you can do about it, right? You're like, "My gosh, I can't control what's going to happen next. I don't know, but I've done everything I can do." You've got to stop. You've got to stop it. You've got to stop it. You've got to stop it, or it will take you down a destructive path, which is why I like to refer to it as destructive worry versus productive worry, because it will destroy you. It will stress you out. It will cause you anxiety. It will ruin your joy. It will suck your energy down, and it will block you from moving forward, because you're not going to be able to see anything else besides your own worry and your own thoughts of worry, right? That's what I'm talking about. That type of worry that most of us suffer from, that's what we need to shift. So, what is the fastest way that I have found to shift it? Of course, we're going to ask for help, right? Because who knows the answer to your problems? Who do you think can solve your problems faster than you? Who knows so much more than you do? Who can give you the answer that you're so worried about? Who can handle the situation that is stressing you out? Who could that be? The universe? Your higher help team? Because you don't know more than they do, right? So that's what we're going to do. We are going to take all of that worry and all of that stress and all of that anxiety, and we are going to give it away to the universe. We're going to give it away. So I call it surrender your worries And I have a whole exercise and almost like a meditative experience in the higher help method. And when you get the book, you can log into the secret link and get all of the downloads. And one of those downloads is me walking you through it. But I'm just going to tell you what you can do at any moment. You don't have to do a whole big thing to surrender worry in every area of your life. I'm just going to tell you right now what I want you to do in the moment to get it out of your head. When you notice, oh my gosh, I'm talking about what if this and what if that, and I'm worried about this, and I really want this to happen, or I really don't want this to happen. When you're in that moment and you feel yourself doing it, or you hear yourself doing it, or you notice yourself in your head about it, you are going to stop. You are going to say, release, 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 or stop, 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 clear, clear, clear. Nope. I'm not doing this. I'm handing it over. You are going to close your eyes. You're going to take a deep breath in and out. And I want you to pick any higher helper you choose. Whoever you resonate, someone that you're working with. It could even be a loved one on the other side. But I want you to pick one to do this exercise with, to hand your worries over to, and make it their job to bring it to your higher help team to help you solve it so it gets out of your head, right? So pick whoever you choose. I always like Mother Mary because the Blessed Mother was always a big, just a big deal in my house growing up, in my whole family. But you can choose whoever you want. You can choose Archangel Raphael if you're worried about healing. You can choose any archangel. You can use your whole team, but I like to hand it over to one person. So choose, if you know your guides. I'm teaching a class tonight. Link is below to meet a personal spirit guide. So if you're working with one of your guides, and you can still join that class. Again, it's happening tonight at 6:00. Replay is included, where you're going to meet one of your personal guides. But if you've taken that class with me before, I know many of you have, you can hand it over to a specific guide. But you just pick whomever you want, something that resonates with you and is on your team that you are working with, whatever higher helper. You can look through my book and pick one, because I've got lists by category. And you're going to picture that person standing in front of you, and you are going to say to them, I am surrendering all of my worry around, and you're going to say whatever it is you're worried about, my health, a phone call I have to make, money, a relationship, not having a relationship yet, my career, trying to find my purpose, whatever is dominating your worrisome thoughts. Okay. You are going to surrender it over, and you're just going to say, I am surrendering all of my worry, fear, and stress around. And you're going to tell them the topic. I am trying to figure this out and it's stressing me out more, or I am so worried about this and I know it's bringing my vibration down. I'm giving it to you to take for me, to carry for me, and to take to my higher help team to find a solution, or for the best outcome for my highest good and the highest good of everyone involved. I'm handing it over. Help me. Send me the signs, the synchronicities, the ideas, etc., resources, people, opportunities that can assist me with this now. I am not carrying this anymore. I'm giving it to you. And I'm going to be open to the signs. And I'm just going to stop worrying about it. I know you're going to handle it. I know you're going to handle it. So I'm surrendering all of this worry to you now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you let it go, right? You let it go. You don't hand it over and take it back, right? You don't. I heard somebody once talk about, like, if your worry was luggage, right? And you were carrying all this luggage and you give it to someone else, don't pick it back up. You're not going to pick up your worry again. You want to leave it with them. Now, that doesn't mean that your brain is going to cooperate, because your brain might go, okay, I know we gave it over, but oh my gosh, I really hope this happens. Or, oh my gosh, I'm really so worried about this. And it creeps back in. What are you going to do? Stop, stop, stop. I've handed this over. My higher help team is on it. Things are changing for the better as I speak. I'm letting this go. And you distract yourself and you move on. If you have to do that every hour or every 10 minutes in the beginning because it just, the worry keeps coming up, get it out of you. Stop it in its tracks and remind yourself, my higher help team is on it. So why am I trying to get involved? Why am I acting like I know more than they do? That's not even possible. So why in the world am I taking this back on? I'm done. I'm handing it over. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go and do something that brings me joy. I'm going to go and do something else. And if you're in the middle of work, I'm going to go and do X, Y, and Z. And then I'm going to reward myself afterwards. On the way home, I'm going to stop and get this, or I'm going to watch this when I go home. Do something that brings you joy to distract yourself from the worrisome thoughts. Because once you hand it over, your higher help team's on it. They're on it. They've got it. You're good. You're good. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So try not to pick it back up. But if you do, you're going to stop yourself and say, nope, things are changing for the better as I speak because I've handed it over. And my gosh, they know everything. So the best outcome possible is going to come my way now, or the best solution possible is going to come my way now because I got the higher helpers on it. I've got the universe on it, and I don't have to do it by myself anymore. And I don't have to sit here and worry about it and waste my precious life and my precious time and drop my vibration on something that there's nothing I can do about. That's why you hand it over, because the higher help team can do something about it, right? Your higher helpers can do something about it. But if you've taken all the actions you can take, you got to let it go. You got to hand it over. You got to give it to someone else. And the best person you can give it to is your higher help team, the universe. That's how you get it out of yourself, out of your own being, energy body, brain, etc., right? That's what I want you to do. And again, if you have to do it over and over and over again, that's okay. You're just going to stop and say, nope, I've already handed it over. I don't have to do, I don't have to worry about this anymore because my higher help team is on it. And I'm excited to see what happens because I know it's going to be good. No matter what it is, even if it's seemingly bad, it's leading me somewhere good because the universe knows what it's doing and I trust the universe. And how do I know that? Because I've taught you many times, go back into your past and look at the last time you thought the world was ending. And where did it bring you? Or you thought, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen to me, but it brought you somewhere better. The universe knows what it's doing. God knows what it's doing. Spirit knows what it's doing. Source knows what it's doing. It all knows what it's doing. Your higher helpers know what they are doing, and they know more than you. Way more than you. So why are you going to take it all on, right? Let it go. Give it over. Hand it over. So right now, if you are worried about anything in your life, anything, I just want to read Instagram. Oh, good. She said it's no coincidence that I'm listening to this now. No, it's definitely not. Oh, Kenneth said that. Hi, Kenneth. Yeah, God bless the higher help team. Sorry, I was reading. I didn't want to miss a comment on Instagram. Whatever you're worried about right now, whatever you are worried about right now, you are going to stop and you are going to hand it over to a higher helper that you trust, that you resonate with, that you're working with, or one of your guides. If you know who they are, and if you don't, my class is tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, link below on YouTube and Facebook. You are going to hand it over and ask them to take it on and ask them for the highest outcome, for the highest good of all involved, or to send you the ideas, the information that you need, whatever it is. And if you are worried about things in multiple areas of your life, list them all out. Say, I'm giving you my worry about this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and I'm handing it all over to you. I am not going to stress about it anymore. I am not going to even think myself into insanity anymore. I'm giving it to you. and then you take a step back and you move on with what you're doing. I cannot tell you the difference when you do things like this and the shift that you will feel in your own energy. And I've said this a million times and I will say it again because it is so important. When you are in worry and stress and anxiety, you are not going to find a solution for the most part. It is going to be very hard for you to see reality and to find a solution. However, when you shift your energy, even if you just shift it up to neutral, even if you're not completely flying high on life, okay? Even if you just shift your energy back to neutral, that is when solutions can come in. That is when you are decreasing the resistance that you are having, that you are creating, the blocks that you are creating to the signs, to the things that you desire, to the guidance that is coming through. That is when you are getting rid of that. When you shift, and that shift does not have to take long. Shifting your energy does not mean meditating 20 to 40 minutes a day. I'm not saying anything bad about that. Do it. I do a breathing exercise that's like 20 something minutes, right? In the morning. I'm just saying you can shift your energy throughout the day in minutes. Minutes. And it is so important to do, not just in the morning. And believe me when I tell you mornings are important, but it's not just in the morning. It is important to shift your energy throughout the day when things are flying at you, when people and their energy are flying at you, when situations and problems are coming at you, when worry and stress is bubbling up. That is when you need to shift your energy throughout the day so that you can stay aligned, so that you can stay open to the guidance and the signs that are coming through. And my God, so you can feel good. We deserve to feel good as much as possible. Shifting our energy. And one of the ways we shift our energy is surrendering our worries, getting it out of our head, handing it over to the higher help team, letting them deal with it, and us letting it go. Make sense? I hope it does. And it's very simple and easy to do. Again, anything that you are worried about, verbally say it all to your higher helper. Let it all out. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this, but I'm giving it to you so that I don't have to think about it anymore. Right? Makes sense? I just want to check comments to make sure I'm not missing. Yes, you can ask your angels to raise your vibration an octave as well. Like while your higher helper is there, say, I'm giving this to you so that I can raise my vibration. Please help me go up. Please help me go up. You can ask for anything. I'm just reading some of the Instagram comments as well. Hi, Nancy. Yes, my husband is feeling better. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was so much fun. And I've heard from so many people from last week's weekly spirit boost. And if you missed it, you can go back on YouTube. It should be in the playlist under lives and under weekly spirit boost, where you can see if you missed last week's weekly spirit boost. I talked about the sign from my mother around my husband and how I wasn't going to do it. But then my husband was like, you have to do it. I'm just sitting here. Why are you going to be with me? Go do your weekly spirit boost and then come join me. And if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I shared in my stories that I was literally rushing out of the house so fast. This was one of the funniest things I think I've ever done. I was rushing out of the house so fast to get to him, and I had to drop off my stepson, and I'm trying to get there before his procedure, that I literally left the house, I was halfway to the hospital when suddenly it dawned on me that I was still wearing my slippers. I kid you not. Now, granted, they have like a lug sole on them, so it wasn't that horrifying, but it looked stupid with what I was wearing. I had like leggings and a t-shirt, okay? with slippers, with lug sole slippers on. And I was like, oh my God, I have to share this on my stories. So I did. I shared it on my stories. So if you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook, you're missing out on my crazy life stories. But anyway, so yeah, but he's good. Thank goodness he's doing better. He's back to work and we are well. Which so my mother was right. She gave me the sign to let me know, chill out, Tammy, everything's fine. And she was right. So that's why I say higher helpers include your loved ones, man. They are around you all the time. Your higher helpers are around you all the time. They are a thought away, a breath away. We can ask for them to assist us, to send us signs, to let us know everything's going to be okay. All of it, right? And that's why when you're surrendering your worries, you can certainly do it to a higher helper or a loved one, whomever you want to give it to say, hey, take this to my team so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh, Kenneth said you have me wearing bracelets, listening to vibration music. Yay! And be oh, good. Talking to your grandmother and uncle in heaven. 100%. Listen, talk to them every day. They know what's going on. They see everything. They see everything. They know everything. My mother has come through to me through mediums and had said the craziest stuff. Like one time, I'll never forget. The medium said to me, were you arguing about headphones recently? Now, what a random thing to say. And I was like, oh, I go, yes. My husband and I were arguing about headphones in the car because I don't remember what it was. We were trying to find them or it wasn't something wasn't working. I don't remember what it was, but we were like, not arguing, but like what is this? And da, da, da. And she brought it up. Why did she bring that up? She brought that up because she wants me to know, even in the mundane, stupid activities that we are doing in our life, she's there and she's watching it, right? She knows what's going on. She actually said she enjoyed it. She was laughing at us. I'm like, I'm glad that we amuse you. But yes, so they see everything, they know everything. That's why I include them in everything. So even if you want to surrender your worries to your loved one and say, listen, I'm giving this to you, take it to my higher help team, so that I can get this solved, so that I can stop stressing about it, right? Because us stressing about it and worrying about it, you know what that's doing? Absolutely nothing. Unless you can take an action. Like I said, you're worried about a test, you can study for it, right? That's the perfect example of like, I can take an action. I can do something about this. I'm worried about my health. I can follow my doctor's orders and take the supplements I'm supposed to take and eat the way I'm supposed to eat or whatever it is, right? Those are things that we can do. But when there's nothing that we know of that we can actually do and we're just stressed and worried and thinking about it, it's helping no one, especially not you. So that's why I started this whole, I'm just going to give it over. I'm just going to hand it over. I'm just going to say, I'm not taking this on anymore. I'm not walking around with this anymore. I'm driving myself and probably others around me insane. So I'm going to stop. And I'm giving it over to you. You figure it out. Help me figure this out. Or I'm just giving this worry to you. I'm surrendering it to the best outcome for my highest good and the highest good of all involved. And I have to let it go. And I have to distract myself and move into something else. Sometimes it's easier than others. Sometimes we have to do it again and again. But that is okay. So that's where we're at. That is my advice for the day. And thank you, of course, to all of the prayers and everything that you guys gave to my husband, because he's doing very well and we are very happy. So thank you for that. If you're on my list, well, you know what? I'll announce it here for those of you who are still hanging around. But I'm also going to send an email to my list that for those of you who voted for my book, The Higher Help Method, for the cover awards, which are an amazing award ceremony in kind of the mind, body, spirit community. I thank you. The book won 2 awards and I didn't even realize it because I was traveling on the day that they were announcing it, I think on like YouTube. So then I got certificates in the mail. And the Higher Help Method won 2 cover awards. It won a bronze cover award in, I want to say like contemporary spirituality or something like that. I have to look. But I also won the People's Choice Award for the entire books category. So, of all the books in all the categories, I won People's Choice Award because of all of the votes that my book got. So I am beyond grateful for all of that. And I will be sending an email out for that. And I want to like celebrate in some way or do something. So stay tuned for that. If you're on my email list, you'll be hearing from me about that. So I'm very excited about that. That is fun. So I'm going to do something as a thank you. I just don't know what it is. I have to figure it out, but I'll get back to you on that. So thank you for that. It was really cool to find. This is the universe is talking to you. Won a silver cover award, and then now the higher help method is one too. So that is very, very cool. And I forgot to tell people because it's just been crazy. But anyway, stay tuned for more on that. I'll share with you guys on my weekly spirit boost what I'm doing if I'm, whatever it is I decide to do as a thank you also. So thank you. Okay, so that is it for today. I am going to get ready. I'm teaching that how to meet a personal spirit guide class tonight. Hopefully you are joining me. If you are not, you can still join in the link below and you get the replay of the class as well, which I think is the best part because then you get to listen to the exercise over and over again and you can meet more and more guides. But tonight we're just going to meet the guide that you most need to work with right now. That's who we're going to set the intention to for them to show up. But you're going to get to know their name. We're going to ask them for a sign that they're going to give you to let you know they're around. So it'll be fun. But anyway, that is happening tonight at 6 p.m. So I'm going to go get ready for that. And I hope you have an amazing and wonderful weekend. In addition to surrendering your worries, after you surrender the worries, you are going to do something this weekend that brings you joy, to boost your vibration, to open you up to all of the signs that are happening around you and coming into your life, and because you deserve it and it will make you feel good. So do something that brings you joy this weekend. Surrender your worries. Have a worry-free weekend. Let me know how it goes. I will be back here next Thursday for another weekly spirit boost. And until then, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for liking the lives or the replays. Definitely tag someone on this that you think needs to stop worrying and try this exercise. And I will see you guys all back here, same time, same channels next week. Bye, everyone.